Hell yeah. Well, are you guys ready for your featured comedian of the evening? That was weak. Are you guys ready for your featured comedian? All right, coming all the way from Phoenix, he just released a new book. Let's give it up for Jack Fletcher.
All right, you guys ready for some mediocre comedy? Yeah, that's where I shine, baby. That's what the Mit's for, mediocrity. All right, let's do it. I recently graduated from college. Woo! I went to film school, and now I'm a bartender. My dad was right. You guys. My dad, he asked me what I wanted to do with a film degree, and I was like, oh, I've got this great idea for a movie. It's about a serial killer, only hunts people with chronic hiccups. He's chasing them, and they keep trying to hide, but every single time they hide, they start hiccuping, and so the killer knows where they're at, and he goes after them again. And the last second where they have nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, he rips off his mask, and he's like, your hiccups are cured, you're welcome, and then he just dips. And I pitched that movie to my dad, and I'm pretty sure I gave him depression. Yeah. He's like, fuck, he's living in my basement forever. All right. No, I had to take a lot of bullshit classes in college. I took this one ethics class where the teacher posed an ethical question. She was like, if you could go back in time and kill Hitler when he was just 40 years old, would you do it? And this one girl in my class gave the most pretentious answer. She's like, I'd go back in time and I'd raise Hitler to be a better person. Yeah. Which is like, first off, I'm sure Mr. and Mrs. Hitler did their best. Like, we've got a genocidal maniac on your hands, and you're like, his childhood was a problem. It's like, maybe he's just a psychopath, you know? For the record, I would not go back and kill 40-year-old Hitler, because schizophrenia runs in my family, and I don't want to be in court, you know? I don't want to be in front of a judge and be like, Your Honor, I thought it was baby Hitler. Like, I don't know, you know? You owe me a thank you, all right? All right, what do I want to talk about? I'm not good with girls. I saw a girl's name in my phone contacts, and I didn't know who it was. And she said Jasmine the Window Girl. Yeah, and I was like, Jasmine the Window Girl, what the fuck does that mean? Who's that? You know, and I couldn't figure it out. And so I just texted her. I was like, you're on my phone, it's Jasmine the Window Girl? Do you know what that means? Does that mean anything to you? And she's like, are you the drunk kid who fell and broke my window? And I was like, there we go. Mystery solved, you know? Which, that one actually wasn't my fault, because my friend Sam was like, can I trust you? And I said, of course, if you don't believe me, do a trust fall. And he did, and I caught him. And I was like, hey Sam, can I trust you? And he's like, of course. And he's a fucking liar. So I fell through a window. Not the dumbest thing I've done drunk. I was at a New Year's party a couple years back, and apparently I didn't look so hot. And my friend Kara came up to me, and she's like, Jack, are you doing good? Are you feeling okay? You don't look like you're doing so good. And then I said, riddle me this. And then I threw up on her. So, yeah. Can't win them all. God, man. I moved to New York for comedy. Woo! Yeah, a year later, I was in the Psych Ward. Yeah. Anyone here ever been to Grippy Sock Disneyland? Anyone? Yeah! Let's do it. I was living in the Bronx at the time, and I got sent to a psych ward in the Bronx. I was the only white person in the hospital, I swear to God. Like nurse, patients, anyone. I walk in and they're like, are you a social worker? And I was like, no, I'm deeply ill. My group counselor found out I did stand-up, because he asked me why I moved to New York. I said stand-up, and he's like, would you like to do stand-up comedy in the group counseling session for all the patients? And I said I would literally rather kill myself. And he said, yeah, that's why you're here. So how about you get up on stage, you know? I gotta tell you, I bombed so fucking hard, you guys. It was like, everyone there was like going, there was only one person laughing, but he wasn't laughing at my punchlines. I think he was schizophrenic and someone else was doing stand-up for him, and he was doing much better than I was. So. Now I saw some crazy shit in the psych ward. I saw a male patient try to fight a female nurse in a fist fight. I saw a woman shit in the hallway, and I saw the first half of the movie Blade. So, you know. No, I didn't do anything crazy, by the way, to go to the psych ward. I was just like a little too honest with my therapist. My therapist was like, "What's going on?" And I told him everything. And afterwards, I'm like, "Thanks, doc. I feel like I got a lot off my chest." And he's like, "You need to check yourself into the hospital." I was like, "Fuck, too honest." Yeah. Well, okay. Too much. God, what else do I want to talk about? I don't know. I've been trying to feel a little better, and one of the things my therapist recommended me was ketamine therapy. Let me guys tell you, there are no sad horses in the glue factory. That shit is bonkers. But it was crazy because I was like, "Doc, I feel depressed," and he's like, "That's not good. Have you tried hard drugs?" And I was like, "No, I have not. But let's give it a whirl, you know." Let's do it. This is a true story. I was trying to do ketamine therapy, and you need someone there to watch you. And I had my friend, this was during COVID in New York, I had my friend coming to come watch me do ketamine for therapeutic reasons. And my friend canceled because he got COVID. And so I had an hour before the appointment, and I needed someone instantly, and I didn't know what to do. So I just started knocking on my neighbor's doors until someone answered. I'm like, "Hey, I'm your next door neighbor. Can you watch me do ketamine? You know, I need someone." He said yes. I went to my room. The doctor told him, "Do not leave. This is a serious medical thing. We need someone here in case, he passes." And anyways, I took the ketamine. I go under. I wake up. The guy's fucking gone. So yeah. So don't ask your neighbor to do ketamine. I've been trying to make some more money, and I decided I was going to start donating to the sperm bank to make some more money. And I went to the sperm bank. I'm like, "Hey, I'm ready to be a father. Let's do it." And they told me they don't want sperm from anyone under 6 feet. And I wanted to argue with them, but that's also been my experience with women. So, who am I to say? Well played, sperm bank. Well played. God, I don't know. I recently found out this fact about elephants. Do you guys know that elephants see human beings as puppies? Yeah, that's true. The part of our brain that goes off when we see a puppy is the same part of an elephant's brain that goes off when they see a human. So the way we look at puppies is the same way that elephants look at us. Yeah. So poaching's gotta be mad fucked up. Like, could you imagine? We're all just hanging out here and a bunch of puppies come in and you're like, "Oh, puppies!" And one of them just blows your friend's head off and you're like, "Fuck! Bad boy! Everyone's running, everyone's screaming. You're like, "Where's Joey?" They're like, "Joey's fucking dead! Get the fuck out of here!" The next time you see a puppy, you're fucking terrified. The point of that joke is recycle. Do what you can. What else do I want to talk about? Let's see. I think cops don't get enough credit for being the only adults who are still willing to play tag. Just run up and shove one and be like, "You're it," and they will chase you. They hate that, you guys. They hate that. If they turn off their body cam, it's no longer a game. Like, run faster. They will mean you harm. You guys know those flags magicians have when they pull on them, they just keep coming? I really want to go to the proctologist, stick one of those up my asses, and just see what happens, But just be up there and be like, "What the hell? Oh, this guy. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Woo. Oh my God. What else do I want to talk about? Do you guys think a suicide bomber has ever gone to therapy and become just a bomber? Like he talks with a therapist, he works it out. He's like, "I don't want to die anymore, but I still have an urge to kill." The point of that joke is therapy works. I actually submitted a suicide letter to Grammarly, guys. They were tough but fair. Yeah. They're like, "We had that many grammatical errors, we'd want to kill ourselves too." It's like, all right, fair enough. I haven't done this in a while. No, it was crazy. I was having this party the other day. By the way, who here has been on the free section of Craigslist? Yeah, it's fantastic. It's just people throwing out their garbage, and if you can beat the trash man to the curb, you get it. It's great. It's like a contest. Anyways, so that's entirely how I furnish my apartment because I'm poor and I like surrounding myself with other pieces of shit. It's like it just makes me feel at home. But I was throwing this party and this girl came over and she was leaning on a shelf and it broke. And she started apologizing, all this stuff. I was like, don't worry about it. I got in the free section of Craigslist. And she's like, what's that? And I started explaining it to her. And then she like went off and got super angry. She's like, you just go to other people's yards, pick up their trash and put in your room? What kind of white trash bullshit? And she just kept, have you ever had someone come to your house, drink your drinks, eat your food, and then break your furniture and be like, hold up, you got it for free, you cheap piece of shit? Like, I don't need this, all right? Just fucking apologize and get out the door, all right? I recently got a windowless van, and I've been following people who post about flat Earth theory on their way to work. We grab them, we pull them into the van, and we're like, you gotta stop talking, you know too much, and then we throw them out. They love it, you guys, they get so excited. They're like, I knew I was right, you know? And I know it's not okay to make fun of the mentally disabled, but they make it very easy. They make it very easy. This is awesome. What else do I want to talk about? What else? Fuck you. Oh man. You guys want me to hear about how I got mugged in the Bronx at 2 a.m. trying to break up a fight on the subway? Yeah, why not? When in Rome, right? So I'm on the subway, it's 2 in the morning, it's New Year's Eve, and there's a bunch of guys smoking some cigarettes on the subway. And this one guy comes up to him, and he very calmly says, hey, can you stop smoking cigarettes? And they decide to start beating the shit out of him. And he tries to run, and then they grab him and they pull him back and they start beating him. And then I'm new to New York, I don't know any better, so I'm like, oh, this is my problem to solve now. So I'm reading, I put down my book, I break them up, and the one guy runs the fuck out of it. And then I made the fatal error of staying in the fucking car. I sat back down, I opened up my book, and I started reading again. I was like, you know, crisis averted, we're all good. And so this guy comes up to me, and he's like, hey man, this is New York. This is New York. And I was like, yeah man, that's wild, right? You know? And then he sucker punched me, just hits me in the face. And I start to stand, I'm like, dude, are we really? And he hits me again. And then I grab his hands, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to fight you. And he's like, let go of my hands. I was like, I'll let go of your hands if you promise not to hit me. And he's like, no, I'm going to hit you. And I was like, then I'm not letting go of your hands. And what are we doing, man? And at this point, another concerned citizen grabs me and says, you need to get the fuck out of here. Go. And so I shove the guy off me, I start running, and then I'm like, oh, I forgot my backpack. I turn around, I go back, a second guy punches me in the face, knocks me to the floor, and that's when I'm like, I don't need my backpack. You know, that's silly behavior, you know, that's gone, you know. And so what I had in my backpack was a self-help book on managing strong emotions. I hope they give it a read. I had some Xanax. I hope they take it all at once. And I had my comedy notebook, which was actually hard. There was years of jokes that I had on me that I just lost. So if you guys are ever in the South Bronx and you hear some comedian go up on stage, you're like, hey, we should call farts wind poop. That's me. He mugged me. That son of a bitch took that joke from me, all right? I've got the wind poop joke. All right. God. By the way, black people love that whole story. They're like, this dumb white boy did what? Like, oh my God. It just makes them happy. All right, you guys, I think that's going to be my time. You guys have been fantastic. Let's keep it going, all right?
Fletch Fletcher, everyone. Go check out. He also just published a book.